Hey guys, it's Scrappy Stuffy, and I am here with a really quick little project share. I had made a couple of little journals, and one of them, I will start with this one. I got the inspiration from Lyric Lover 810. I believe is it? Let me double check. I don't remember if it was Lyric Lover 810 or 801. 810, yes. So I just happened to come across her channel the other day, and she has got some of the cutest projects. Apparently she does craft fairs. I will list her link in the comment section below because I am not fancy enough to list it here. But she apparently does craft fairs, and she makes the cutest things, crafty things. And she had showed how to make these little pocket folders using 4 12x12 pieces of scrap pad. And she talked about how it was a good way to kill your scrap pads. Well, I have lots of Tim Holtz scrap pads, and of course I love all things vintage, and I wanted to just try it and see how it how it worked and how it came out. And then I thought maybe I could make more, not for a craft fair, but just for funsies. And my mother is 85, and she does love to craft, but she has a hard time working her hands and doing really intricate things. And I thought if this was quick and easy, it might be something cute that she could make on her own. So this inspiration, this is just some seam binding. I actually didn't even take time to iron it before I did this video, and I don't think this is complete. I really think there's more that I want to do to this, but let me set this one aside. But I just wanted to show basically, if you'll go to her channel, she has a tutorial, but what she's done is taken 4 12x12 pieces of paper, and she has scored them at 6 inches and then at 9 inches, folded the 9 inches up, and then you glue them back to back, the 4 pieces to make the pockets. And then you take, I'm not sure what her dimensions were. I think I made mine like 1.5 inches maybe, or might have been 2 inches by 9 for the little binding that you make just to cover that open edge right there. You can see where the 4 pieces of paper have been glued and come together. And then so this is all mostly Tim Holtz, but I did take a couple of sheets of, I believe it was 7 Gypsies, some vintage paper. I did have an old vintage doily that was legit vintage. I actually didn't have to tea dye it. And I actually just put some Mod Podge down and then put the doily on top of it and let it dry. These are some Tim Holtz Lost and Found photos, and then I've just done some die cutting. And then this is just a little piece of vellum that I had, and used some die cuts here, and I just used some E6, let me think what that's called, E6000, to glue this heart down here. It says Photographic Studio, and I kind of let that show on purpose because my intent for this was to house some of my vintage photos that I collect here and there at flea markets and yard sales. I recently came into a really nice photo album from, it looks to be from the late 1800s maybe, and it was full of old vintage photos. So I haven't decided what to do with those yet, but so this is just the inside of what I've done. And I have, when I flipped the paper for this particular pad, I can't remember what the name of this pad was because I used several different of Tim Holtz pads, but I also cut out from the 6x6 portions that, well, let me show, hang on. This is probably the easiest. So I actually didn't use, I don't think I used anything from this pad, but in the back of his pads, you know how he has the 6x6 section. So basically what I've done is when I've flipped the underside up, his backside was solid. So I took some of the 6x6 sheets and filled them in. And then I took some of his little words, like the little chatter words, and filled some in. I also took a couple of his little paper dolls, I think they're called, and just added a few here and there. And then these are old pictures that I have, like I said, that I've picked up. This is actually an old postcard from 1945. I collect postcards. I've got way more than I need. But anyways, like I said, I don't think I'm done here. You can see the pocket, how the pocket is here. I've added some more of the pictures. This actually was from a different pad than this. Isn't she cool? I picked her up, I think, at a flea market. I don't know. She looks like she would be a teacher, maybe. And I thought this was kind of a neat old couple here. This is probably a flea market find. I think I'll probably add more pictures here. I may mat some, I'm not sure. Look, that darling. I think this was from a different pad than this, but it did happen to say pictorial alphabet, so I thought that was handy. I like this. It reminds me like of maybe a mom and her daughters. I don't know. I really like that picture. The pretty little birds chirped every detail of their journey, and I put that right below the wren. Here on the plane, I put and let it fly away. And here, this man traveling on a boat, he's the traveler. Again, these are from the Tim Holtz, like, chatter words. I forget what they're exactly called. And the page with the clocks. And then I had 6x6 clocks. And again, I think this is from a different pad of his. There's one of the dolls. And I tried to get the chatter words that had something to do with time. And again, not a grand picture. And I've got a couple of pictures here. Look, isn't that a lovely couple? Like maybe they're on their honeymoon or on a date. I just think that's a lovely. And I don't know what made me think about honeymoon. I guess because they look so happy. But doesn't she look like Great Aunt Thelma or Great Aunt Hattie or something like that? Anyways, very cool. It's I can't read the name on there. So I'm not sure, like I said, how I'm going to finish this, but that was my thought process to this, was this would be a cute way to house some photos. On the back side, this is the 7 Gypsies, and then this is just some portions of Tim Holtz pads. I've just kind of ripped and stained and ripped and stained, and even put another one of his little chatter words. So, credit as far as idea goes to, again, Lyric Lover 810. Hers look really, really cute. Mine, of course, looks vintage and old, but she's made some darling ones of these and to sell at a craft fair. The other one I wanted to show you, this was actually a Martha Stewart binding kit that someone had given me. And it had 3 journals that you actually made from scratch. So, and all the papers were pre-cut. All you had to do was, and wouldn't you know, I just tied a knot. But all you had to do was glue everything together. It was super, super easy. I actually did this one wrong. You were supposed to put this part here, but it's okay. And then you can fill in the, fill in the pages as you desire. But this paper kit literally had everything. It had instructions. It had the stuff to make the belly band. I mean, you just had to put everything together, had to glue everything together. This was kind of neat, and this is a great idea that actually I would probably use again, but it was where you took 4 envelopes, or 5 envelopes, 6 envelopes, I'm not sure, and glued them side by side, and then put photo mats in each one. And then I just happened to have the charm of the camera, and so I added that on. But again, this was a kit. So this one, again, I added the belly band with some, I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, actually. This little ribbon here with the tassels. But everything came, the binding came, everything came, just the papers and then the hardback pieces, and then you use the instructions, you put it all together, you sewed it all together, and then you covered up the sewing with the binding. Everything was pre-measured, but I had a friend who had mentioned to me that she'd like to have like a faith-based journal, an inspirational journal, and so I dug out my collection of faith-based stamps, faith-based stickers, some vellum cutouts, and this is what I came up with. So, you know, it's actually pretty cool considering these were just pieces of paper, and, you know, it came with some twine, and it came with these, and you literally put the whole thing together. So it was kind of cool. And it was a nice way to learn how to do this, because this is fairly simple that you could do it again. I mean, it took a little bit of time, but anyway, so I'm just going to really quickly go through and show. I did add some pockets here for her, a couple little tuck spots. And then basically what I've done is I have just stamped and left plenty of places to for her to journal and to write. I've also used stickers. I've used several different stamp sets. Many of the stickers I got at Hobby Lobby, but some of them I think I got at a yard sale. So I, you know, couldn't tell you where they all come from. But I tried to leave her plenty of places to, you know, journal. This was really cute. The stamp was "Be Still and Know That I Am God," and it did have the bee, but I had the May Made It, You're the Bee's Knees set, and so I used the honeycomb from May's kit, and also her little bee, whatever that is, bee trail there, and that came together really cute. So everything's just kind of random and haphazard. I did add some vellum here, and I added some photo corners to kind of highlight that, and then she could journal above and below. Lots of stickers. And then, this is my little handmade note to her. I guess it doesn't matter if you guys see that, but I did use some vellum here and a sticker down here, and I did make another pocket here with a couple of journaling cards that she could journal on. And that's it. And then I did add this to the center, which this little circle came with the kit, and then I stamped it. And then I found this little praying hands charm in my my big collection of charms, and I used the E6000 for that. So I have, you know, I've been making little cards here and there. I've made some little graduation cards and birthday cards and whatnot, but hadn't really worked on anything too major. And not that these are major, but just wanted to show you guys a couple little cute little quick journals that I had been working on, and I hope you guys enjoy and get some inspiration. I will link Lyric Lover 810. I think her name is Amber. She is so talented. I will link her YouTube channel in my comments below. Please go check her out. She's got some really, really cute ideas, especially like if you do craft fairs. She's got some really cute ideas. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. Bye.